Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna start the debate. We're gonna start from the opposition team and then it will against the opposition. Now we're gonna hear the introduction first from the proposition team to start the introduction.
Okay, good morning, Miss Sandra and friends. We are from the proposition team, and let us introduce ourselves. My name is Adrian Exiombing. I'm from number 1.
My name is Rido Dias Aureliano, number 30.
Okay. My name is Sabrina Fabiani, number 32.
Now from the opposition team to start the introduction.
Hello everyone, we're coming from concert team and opposition team. And my name is Jaya Sidoy Fatima, number 8.
My name is Denis Tasari, roll number 36.
My name is Fauzia Nur Rahman, number 13.
Okay, the debate will start with 15 minutes, and now it's time to hear the arguments from the pro teams.
Okay, to begin with, I'm gonna start with the thesis. Okay, I'm gonna say that we live inside a democracy, which means people have the right to share their thoughts and opinions, including criticism of the government. One way people do this is through gravity. While many see gravity as vandalism, it should be considered as a valid way to express ideas. Gravity allows people to share their frustrations, raise awareness about social problems, and push for change, especially for those when they don't have other ways to speak up.
Okay, next.
Okay. First, many people, especially those from marginalized communities, lack access to traditional platforms like newspaper or public discussion. Graffitis allows them to express their concern in a visible way, ensuring their voice are seen by the public. For example, communities facing unfair treatment may use graffiti to highlight issues like corruption, discrimination, or economic struggle, making sure their voices are not ignored. Second, graffiti is placed in public areas where it can catch people's attention. Graffiti presents message in a way that it's hard to ignore. A mural about environmental damage caused by government action, for instance, making people think about policies affecting their surrounding. It sparked discussion among people who might not have otherwise engaged with this topic.
Okay, next. Three. Through history, graffiti has played an important role in social movements. During the Arab Spring, graffiti became art for protests, honoring victims and calling for justice. An example is the victim and calling for justice. Street art that emerged in Gap, which have spread message of resistance and even contribute to political shift, so as the resignation of President Mubarak in 2011. This proves that graffiti is more than just art, it is a form of activism. Lastly, unlike routine articles or specs, graffiti uses visuals and short press to immediately convey meaning. This makes it an effective way to reach our audience. A symbol, or verse on a wall can make people draft on government actions or social problems, while some are that graffiti dams property, not all graffiti is harmful. If governments provide legal specs for graffiti, it will allow artist expression while keep public airs clean.
Okay, so on the reiteration part, from these points, it is clear that gravity is a justifiable form of expression. It helps amplify the voices of those who are often ignored. It also helps spread awareness about important social issues and has played a role in political change. While many concerns about property damage exist, banning on gravity isn't really the answer. So I think instead government should really recognize its value, like preparing designated spaces for those meaningful street art. Okay, so I think people should think beyond this. Should think beyond seeing gravity as a simple vandalism and acknowledge its potential as a tool for public expression and change. So that's all from us. Thank you.
Thank you for the arguments. Now, it's time to hear the contra team to give their argument. Start from now.
Okay, let's start from the thesis. Sorry, let's start from the thesis one. Even though we live in a democracy country, we cannot forget that we are also live in a country of law, where there's already a constitution that already take care of the criticism. And by criticizing the government using gravity is a counterproductive method of protest that is lack of accountability, undermines the rule of law, inefficible, and dismisses the importance of the message. And moreover, it's more constructive and lawful alternative access that can foster meaningful dialogue and lead to real change, such as giving your opinion in social media.
Okay, next arguments. First of all, graffiti as a form of political expression may not always be taken seriously. Often the act itself isn't as radical or disrespectful, reducing the credibility of the message. In some cases, graffiti can alienate a potential supporters who view it as destruction or vandalism. As seen during the 2011 London at riots, where the violence overshadowed the political message. Additionally, graffiti can disrupt meaningful dialogue, leading to confrontation rather than constructive discussion. It may also escalate conflicts, with authorities responding harshly, as seen during the Arab Spring in Egypt. Graffiti played a significant role in protesting against the government of Hosni Mubarak. Artists used walls to express discontent, such as famous images of Mubarak with a noose around his neck or the Paris Mubarak Mad School. While this graffiti was powerful in its symbolism and widespread, it was also seen as illegal.
Next, reiteration. From all the things that are already said, it's as clear as the sky that graffiti should be used in a protest because it could worsen the institutions, like my public opinion, because it would be seen as radical and also could increase violence on the problem that could be handled better with the user of the graffiti. So in my opinion, it would be better to use an alternative form of protest because it would be more effective was to crazy the government. Peaceful protest to hold come later to representative and participation in the political process toward voting or organizing campaigns are always to act with the government that do not involve breaking the law and with less consequences that could happen if we still use the graffiti.
Thank you for the both teams' arguments. So it's time to interrupt each other arguments where team can answer criticize other team's argument and can be answered again until it's stopped or enough. We will start first for the question and answer session.
Okay, so first, I don't really want to ask a question, but I want to counter what Zenny said. So Zenny said, she said that gravity is not taken seriously. Okay, I want to tell you that history shows that gravity has made a serious impact, like from the Arab Spring gravity, and from the Black Lives Matter gravity. Okay, if the gravity weren't taken seriously, then why did the authorities work so hard to erase it? And okay, if ada. Oke, paling itu dulu. Intinya tuh kayak kalau misalkan emang nggak diambil serius, kenapa dihapusnya, kayak susah banget sama pemerintah, kayak bekerja sangat keras buat menghapusnya. Itu sih.
Okay, thank you. Kontrati for the rebuttal statement.
Seperti yang udah dikasih tahu sama Zenny sama Fauzia juga, that before it taken seriously, there's caused so much of bloodshed. Like during the Arab Spring, particularly in Egypt, gravity played a significant role in protesting the government right. But it caused so much of bloodshed, so it's not always about the gravity. And if you ask about why the government takes so much to erase the gravity, because we cannot justify the vandalism, and it's cost so much too for the government for erasing the gravity. And there's also like negatively affects the country looks. Like as we can see, we're gonna use Indonesian as an example. Like, have you ever seen a gravity, the criticism gravity one, without using a bit of immaturity image such as a human organ, reproduction system. Like as we can see in here, there's like a lot of this. It's not even like, you don't even need to search it on Google, but whenever you go somewhere, you're gonna see it. So it's gonna nggak cuma merusak pemandangan, tapi what if there's like a children who see it, kayak apa itu kak? Oh, itu kan apa? Terus kayak ini apa? And then there's gonna do it again because it looks funny for them.
Okay, so what Cahaya said is kinda out of topic ya, tiba-tiba ngomongin pemandangan. Kalau misalkan if we talk about the government side, because the title of this debate is kan criticizing the government using gravity. Okay. Tadi Cahaya bilang kalau apa tadi? Apa? Yang awal-awal graffiti.
Yang mana?
Yang paling awal sebelum pemandangan, pasal pemandangan. Oh, yang di Arab Spring.
Yang Arab Spring.
Ya. Itu kan if we do the talk without the gravity, kan you guys said that gravity count as vandalism. Kalau misalkan itu nggak count as vandalism, misalnya itu nggak count sama apa permasalahan apapun, is there any chance that that government will see the problem in public without kayak kalau misalkan kalau misalkan emang graffiti itu nggak ngaruh apa-apa, nggak ngaruh ke ini, kenapa pemerintah masih kayak sampai bikin undang-undang, sampai keluar duit banyak cuma buat ngapus graffiti? Selain dari kalau emang itu nggak ngaruh sama, kalau emang pemerintah emang nggak peduli sama itu, kenapa dia sampai bikin apa undang-undang, sama bikin denda, sampai bikin menangkap yang ngegambar-gambar gitu?
Oke, 1 menit lagi.
Langsung ngomong, jangan ngomong dulu. Langsung ngomong, nggak apa-apa. Pakai bahasa Indonesia.
Detik lagi.
Adrian. Ini kan maksud kamu kayak kenapa kalau misalnya pemerintah itu gak tersinggung ya, dia sampai buat undang-undang denda untuk menghapus si graffiti ini. Ya mungkin karena kan kebanyakan graffiti itu dibuatnya di lingkungan yang emang disediakan oleh pemerintah. Oh ya, mungkin kan kebanyakan graffiti ini tuh dibuatnya di lingkungan dimana sebenarnya itu tuh hak pemerintah, maksudnya itu tempat pemerintah, milik pemerintah gitu kan. Mungkin mereka tuh merasa balik lagi ke pemandangan yang biasa. Tapi kita juga bisa pakai artikel yang udah dibuat oleh Lisa K. Waldner and Betty A. Doberts about graffiti as a form of continuous political participation, karena disebutkan bahwa meskipun graffiti dapat menjadi bentuk partisipasi politik, dampaknya seringkali terbatas. Graffiti juga cenderung bersifat individual dan tidak terorganisir.
Tapi justru karena dia di pabrik yang memang tidak seharusnya dia melakukan graffiti itu, mungkin dia lebih kayak graffiti tuh mudah terdengar oleh pihak yang memang dia sentil gitu istilahnya.
Nah, seperti yang udah aku bilang lagi, walaupun itu udah ada di luar dan itu udah dilihat sama pihak, tapi itu tetap aja merusak pemandangan yang ada, dan itu juga bisa membuat penurunan pariwisata yang ada di Indonesia itu. Because what if kita lagi ke gunung, tiba-tiba di samping ada graffiti tentang kayak the government is lalalala is that lalalala, terus there's a gambar tidak senonoh di situ. Itu bakalan merusak pemandangan dan itu bakal bikin orang-orang beranggapan skeptis tentang negara kita sendiri.
Justru itu, biar pemerintah kita makin bagus. Kalau misalkan mereka tetap gak ngeliat, kan tadi bilang rusak pemandangan. Kan tadi bilang buat pariwisata, ya kan? Itu pariwisata tuh itu kemana sih maksudnya? Ke negara sendiri kan? Kalau misalkan pemerintah tetap jadi kita udah bikin graffiti buat nyentil pemerintah itu, terus dia tetap gak mau berubah, ya udah kan misalkan ngomongin pariwisata tadi, dia tetap aja pariwisata jadi sepi, negara nggak punya pemasukan, maksudnya berkurang pemasukannya, ya baliknya ke negara itu sendiri. Jadi mau nggak mau biar suara kita terdengar, kita harus bukan membenarkan sih, tapi supaya when we did the
graffiti
vandalism itu, misalkan kita nggak pakai graffiti nih, kita bikinnya pakai protes lah, demo bla bla bla. Demo tuh udah rame, panas, merusak infrastruktur,
Kadang
nggak didengar lagi. Nah jadi daripada kita buang-buang waktu kayak gitu, udah itu kan tetap aja nggak didengar ya. Kadang ada yang dengar tapi nggak seluruhnya didengar. Jadi agar kita didengar, kan inti dari criticizing the government graffiti kan biar suara kita didengar sama pemerintah ini, supaya apa yang menjadi unek-unek masyarakat tuh
bisa
terdengar untuk mekoreksi dari pemerintah itu sendiri. Jadi kalau misalkan kita ngirim surat, kita telepon inilah itulah, kecil kemungkinan bakal terdengar. Makanya tadi pemerintah sampai bikin undang-undang, sampai bikin denda, sampai menangkap pelaku-pelaku graffiti. Itu artinya apa? Artinya bahwa graffiti ini udah terbukti sangat berguna. Kalau ingin kita cara-cara lain tuh nggak bisa kita gunakan untuk menyentil si pemerintah ini. Kayak contoh yang Alice Spring ini. Oh yeah, so it's the one way people to criticize the government using this graffiti. If other ways is not working.
Okay, enough ya guys. Now it's time for the question. Tadi ini udah ditambahin waktu sebenarnya, cuman nomor waktunya 4 menit lagi. Pertanyaan dari sini 4 menit habis itu selesai ya. Soalnya udah pakai tambahan waktu sebenarnya dari tadi. Jadi 4 menit lagi pertanyaan dari tim kontra dijawab, habis itu 4 menit ya, start from now.
Why not using social media for using it? Because karena if you say like using gravity can cause the pariwisata bisa turun and everything, but why not using social media that spread it more faster than ever? But why using in the traditional like gravity something like that? Because even though we can take a picture of it and post it on the media, everyone gonna say it's a vandalism. It's nothing but a vandalism. Even though like walaupun ada even though there is a Indonesian words in it and they can translate it, but it's doesn't even good like.
Okay, if we're talking about social media, Tadi ngomongnya tuh posting the graffiti into the social media.
Lebih ke kenapa nggak pakai sosial media aja?
Oh, jadi kayak
If we're
topik yang
talking
dibahas.
about criticizing the government, through social media.
Terus sosial media.
Okay, I'm gonna take you to an example. If example lah. Contoh di the government, like maybe the president or some ministry, blah blah blah, posted something, and it kinda irrelevant to the public lah pokoknya. Okay, kan berarti one way we can criticize through the comment. Okay, there are still so many cases the government turn off the comment because they don't want to listen to the criticize from the.
But you can post it. You don't have to.
If we post, balik lagi ke algorithm of the social media itself. Maybe if the criticize is maybe from the a small group, not like a bigger group. Kalau misalkan itu cuma dari kecil itu doang kan emang bakal ada kemungkinan itu bakal viral, bakal terdengar sama mereka sendiri. Makanya itu kalau misal if we use the social media, I think it's not that effective.
Apa sih kadang tuh kayak rakyatnya sendiri yang menyuarakan di sosial media aja tuh let it go. Kadang suka let it go aja gitu sama pembahasan yang hal kayak gitu. Kayak tiba-tiba lupa ada berita baru lagi dan lama-lama ketimpuk.
Most of them are FOMO,
Iya.
fear of
missing out.
Kan itu sama-sama terakhir predictive control.
Dan menurut kalian bukannya itu sama aja kayak yang udah aku bilang dalam artikel Graffiti was a form of continuous political participation 2013. Dan itu graffiti sama yang kalian bilang kalau misalkan di online itu juga bisa form of group of people kan yang kecil kan. Apalagi graffiti yang itu bener-bener orangnya tuh cuma perseorangan rata-rata. Habis itu juga ini kan bentuk partisipasi politik dan seringkali terbatas. Dan ini tuh bisa membangun gerakan kolektif yang berkelanjutan dan mempengaruhi kebijakan secara signifikan.
Oke,
Oke.
so thank you for the both teams for giving the arguments. Okay, thank you for the debate. We'll move on to the last team.
That's so much. Assalamualaikum
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.